Stunned silence.
Dunkirk. I feel like... yeah, I feel like the thing that I like the least about it, the thing that I dislike the most, is the fact that this video is probably not going to be that funny.
I mean, I'm in it.
That's true.
And I'm pretty funny.
Yeah.
So...
yeah.
No, I was thinking the same thing, like, it's not going to be funny. That you can't make a joke about war. Because war's not funny.
Yeah. I think it has a really good messages regards to war, because you don't see much violence, really. You don't see anything graphic.
No, I mean, we were talking about this after, and like, the thing that got me the most about it, that made me think about war, was there are some scenes where how you picture a war in your head, you actually see it, and like just some of the just noise and just no noise. It just felt very real. Like, it was a gripping film.
Yeah, you're engaged immediately.
Yeah.
You're never bored. It feels a lot shorter than it is. Not that it's that long. It's an hour 45 or something.
About that.
But yeah, there's no like 3-act structure. It's just you're hooked in.
Yeah.
Until it ends. It doesn't let up. It doesn't give you time to think about, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next. Like, no, you can't think about it. You need to watch what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
is very, I guess it's just realistic, like, you can't think, what's going to happen next in a war, like...
Yeah, you don't have the luxury to plan ahead
anymore. And they did that really well in a film, which was nice.
Yeah. And we discovered afterwards that the film is very interesting narrative, but it's shown, the time frame is a week, a day and an hour, all shown at once. So different characters experience the same thing in a different time frame.
Yeah.
Which is
like some of the like dialogue and stuff makes sense when you know that.
Yeah.
Like the bit you see on the trailer about asking where the Air Force is, that makes sense why they're asking that.
Yeah.
And that's not a spoiler, because if you've seen the trailer, you know that's there.
Yeah.
And it's in the first like 10 minutes of the film. So yeah, it was good. I mean, the cast did their job.
Yeah.
We can talk. I mean, this is gonna be funny now. Harry Styles is a dish.
I was just gonna say he's a dish. And I feel okay admitting that now.
And I've always admitted that.
I didn't like him with his long hair.
I saw One Direction once.
Didn't like him as his Mick Jagger thing.
When he wear flamingo shirts, give me some of that.
I like him with his short hair. I think he looks good with that. He was good. I didn't think he was going to be bad. I was curious how he was going to be.
He exceeded expectations, because I think as well it was nice they didn't just like throw him in our face.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he's just a character, he's just subtle like anybody else, and it wasn't like, we're going to zoom in, let's just zoom in on Harry Styles because he's Harry Styles. It's just like, let's just use the characters we've actually also put in this film. It's not just about Harry Styles, even though he is a mighty fine human. He really is, because he's skinny and scrawny, and that is good. Well done, Harry, for being scrawny and delicious.
Like he's beef jerky.
He is, though. If you put his face, that's it.
There we go.
Face.
I mean, we kind of assumed he wasn't going to be terrible because it's a Christopher Nolan film. Like, the man loves cinema. He wouldn't.
Harry Styles.
But he would never sacrifice a part of his film for the sake of putting someone famous in it.
Good.
He would never do something like that.
We need more Christopher Nolans in the world.
Yeah, like he clearly thought he was a good pick.
Yeah.
You know? So it worked.
Yeah.
And it does work. And I don't think he was too distracting. Because sometimes you watch it and you're very aware of who it is.
Yeah. You're like, where is he?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I'm watching Harry Styles. No, I'm just watching a faceless, nameless soldier, and that's it.
Which is,
you do get to that, and that's good. And that's kind of the point of it, is that everyone's pretty... Not many people have names, which makes it very hard to discuss anything, because you don't know who you're talking about.
But again, very representative of war. We were saying, like, it's
just numbers.
It's just a bunch of people, and it's just like, oh, that guy. And, like, if you're in a war, you might know one or two... Like, we learn a name, for example, of a guy who's in the trailer. like, say we're in a war,
Mm.
and then something happened to you, I'd know your name, but Jeremy Silvershoes over there might not know your name.
No, nobody would know.
He
the
might
story.
not care if anything's happened to you, or if you died, or if you were injured.
No.
But I would, and then I'd be like, oh shit, I'm still in the war. Let's move on. Sorry, Athena.
Yeah.
I'll bury you later.
Yeah.
Get under the sea foam for now.
Show me when the tide's in.
Yeah.
See you then.
I'll be like,
3
oh look,
hours.
thanks Athena. Help me when you're dead.
Yeah. And it is quite tough, and though there's not, because it is so faceless, we don't stick with one character. It is very much an ensemble piece, which is great. There are still kind of developments. You still get a backstory, like you still get a feel for who some of the people are, and that's great considering that it's a really short amount of time that you meet some of the people, but they still seem like actual people. They still seem as if they existed before we got to see them.
Like, it's learned on a basis of, like, I felt like I was a soldier and I bumped into a guy and it's just like, oh, what are you doing? I'm doing this. Cool.
Yeah.
And then it's just, it worked and it made sense, and it wasn't just something that it was thought out. It was very thought out.
Very clearly thought out, as always with Nolan stuff. Let's talk about Imax.
I think you say Iron Man then.
Let's talk about Iron Man.
Mate, do you know when the last one came out?
The other week, Iron Man 4, Homecoming.
Iron Man Homecoming. Got some places for Iron Man Homecoming in the back.
IMAX. Nolan loves his film. He loves his 35 and his 70mm, and I'm grateful for that.
There's an opening for you in Cinemates.
There's an opening. You're allowed in. You can sit in the back.
It Nolan Mates.
We'll stick a light that there.
Nolan.
We'll just be mates. We're still going to be mates. We're just going to be mates with
Nolan
Christopher
mates.
Nolan.
Nolan and mates.
Yeah. But IMAX looked incredible. It was all shot in IMAX. It's all stunning. There's so many pieces that you could have frozen it, and just the frame alone is gorgeous. There's a lot of some handheld stuff, but there's a lot where they've stuck the camera onto something.
Yeah.
Inside
And
the plane,
like,
outside the plane, on the side of the ship, on some of the soldiers.
What I just did, that's what they did.
That's in there. And I really like that there were parts where it's inside the plane, so you're looking at half of Tom Hardy's pretty little face, and the other guy that's so pretty, the blonde guy.
David Tennant Jr. Blonde.
Where the camera's looking at them and they're in a plane, so it's moving about and the camera kind of jutters a little bit, and that's fine. There's bits where people weren't quite exactly in focus.
The sound in IMAX, like, shots.
Ooh, yeah.
I felt them in my back and I was like, when they were shooting.
Yeah, when they were shooting from the plane.
And I was like, please just stop, please stop. And if I was in a plane in real life, that's what I'd be like.
Yeah. And the parts where it was in the teaser, and I think it is in the other trailer, but in the teaser where it's all of like 30 seconds and it's loads and loads of soldiers and it's just the noise of the plane and they all turn around. Hearing that in the cinema was fantastic. Hearing all those types of sounds, and it
was scary.
Yeah, it was assaulting. Like, it was so aggressive, which it makes sense. That's what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
And it changed as well because there was a lot of work with water, so you'd hear it and then someone would go underwater and then it would be kind of muffled because they're underwater, and they'd come back up and you'd hear it louder again. It worked with people. The sound editing was great. The sound mixing was incredible. Yeah, the sound. There's got to be Oscar noms there.
Definitely.
Oscar noms right there.
It was good. Sometimes I'm quite ignorant for stuff like sound, unless it's like a banging soundtrack. Like, I think of any songs in the world right now. So like stuff like that, I usually ignore it. But it was noticeably good.
Yeah.
Really good.
And we were saying there's only one, maybe two parts of the film where there's no sound.
And it's like, shh, oh my god, what's happened?
Yeah, and it's really...
I've gone deaf.
Silence, really is still... The absence of sound is still a choice.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah. It was good. It was good. Yeah. I was looking forward to it because we, as a pair, aren't fans of war films as a genre.
Not at all. If it wasn't Christopher Nolan, I wouldn't have seen it. Flat out wouldn't have seen it. It didn't interest me. I thought the teaser looked good. I thought the trailer had some gorgeous camera work in it, and Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
But that's it. If he wasn't,
Yeah.
I would have. To be honest, if he wasn't part of it and it did really well and it got some Oscar noms, I'd be like, oh, I'll watch that.
You can, yeah.
Oh, it's nominated for that one. I'll watch that. I will get around to it, and I won't.
Yeah.
It'll be like King's Speech all over again.
That was quite a good film. Actually.
Not seen it. Didn't interest me.
Oh, I watched it on the plane to like.
It's definitely
somewhere far away, and I watched everything else,
movie.
and I was like, it's time to complete the plane.
Yeah.
And I watched it.
That's what I feel like Dunkirk would be if it weren't Christopher Nolan. Yeah.
That's what I did with another film. So a few films like that, and they end up on the plane. So if you don't want to watch it, go to Cuba.
Yeah,
get on a flight.
Watch a film where you're in a plane and you shoot down other planes whilst you're on a plane.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Don't be a wimp.
It was good. I mean, like, I don't know how much money it must have cost, because the planes all look incredible. They throw planes into the sea like they've got loads of them just chilling.
Just ping them.
Because it's all practical stuff. Nolan likes to actually do as much as he can.
I mean, they come out of Christmas crackers planes, right?
Basically.
That's very fine to them.
Yeah. So they just break a bunch of those. And I was even thinking, like, the sheer amount of extras, the sheer amount of clothes they would have had to make and find and buy just for extras to make sure that everyone looked authentic. It's a lot of work. It is a very big period piece.
Yeah.
They did very well with that. It was stunning. It was a gorgeous film all round. The cast all round was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say there's like a standout performance for me. I feel like everyone was...
Harry Styles.
I
mean, that bit when he did a solo.
Yeah.
He should have.
That time he did that on Dunkirk.
Yeah. When the boat was doing his thing.
Yeah.
When the plane was doing his thing. When the war was happening,
he had to start his solo career. Yeah. I mean, he was good. He wouldn't have been my favourite. I did like our George. I did like the blonde pilot that was...
George!
That was attractive.
Where am I getting that from?
George.
Of Mice and Men.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting it from. George. Well, I say it like that because...
George.
George.
George. George. George! No, that's enough. That's it. That's enough.
George.
Too much sugar.
Yeah, it's good. Watch it in Imax.
Definitely.
Watch it on the biggest screen you can find, because we were saying this, it's probably going to be a very different film on TV. It's probably going to be a very different film at home. So, if you've got the opportunity, take it. Go and do it. Even if you're not interested, like we weren't particularly interested, we weren't particularly excited until...
We did this for you.
Up. Yeah. We've
Thanks.
Bit the bullet. We've done it.
Yeah.
You can do it too.
With Can Do.
And it was beautifully paced, it was wonderfully edited, but it does go quicker than you think.
Yeah, I was so worried it was going to drag.
Yeah, same. I was really worried about that because his films are usually long and I don't like war films.
Yeah. But yeah, it was great. It was good.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy to recommend it to people.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like it's a film that sooner or later we're going to think of, not necessarily Easter eggs, because that makes it sound really tacky when it's a war film, but it's going to unravel a little bit more. We're going to learn a little bit more about the decisions that they chose.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to open things up.
Yeah.
Quite a bit there as well.
Yeah. It's good. Watch it.
It's good. Definitely watch it. At the moment on IMDb it's at 9 out of 10.
I don't agree with that.
Which puts it up with The Dark Knight. It's not as good as The Dark Knight. Still an incredibly well-made film. I feel like there's a difference between a film being well made
and a film being good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and like being enjoyable and repeatable.
Yeah. So this film, although beautiful and like we said, well paced, blah blah blah, it hasn't got a story.
Yeah.
In the conventional sense of having a story, like it hasn't. The plot doesn't thicken because we know what the plot is. War.
Yeah, war.
So for that, I couldn't sit and watch it eating my Cheerios.
No. Yeah, it's a film I don't think I'll ever be like, oh, I fancy watching Dunkirk, I'll put that on.
No.
But I know that if it were on TV and I flicked onto it, within 30 seconds of watching, I'd be engaged.
Yeah.
And I would watch it to the end, because it is, you just get wrapped up in it, you do. But yeah, it's not as good as The Dark Knight.
No way.
It's a visual masterpiece, it is a work of art, but...
Yeah, like visually, if it was just visually,
Just some visuals,
9 out of
stunning.
10.
Yeah.
As a whole film, I reckon 7.5.
I'm gonna say
Maybe 8.
I'm gonna say 8, just because I'm trying to think of the other films
Yeah.
that I've classed as a 7 and a 7.5.
Yeah. So I think we put Wonder Woman as a
But-
7, and I wouldn't...
But then we said Logan was an 8. This is a, let's face it, it is a better film than Logan is, but
But it's not at the same time.
it's not.
On the
I
same
wouldn't
level.
watch. I'd watch Logan again before
Yeah,
I'd watch
yeah.
this again, but it is a. But I mean, Logan was shot terribly, really,
Yeah.
considering.
It depends how you want to rate it.
Yeah.
So, I mean... On the fence between 7.5 and 8.
8. I'm going with
I
8.
think.
Nolan, my main man,
Yeah.
smashed it. Go and watch it.
He did a good job. He did
Yeah.
a very good job.
There's a
So,
reason people are talking about it,
Yeah, basically.
So,
Definitely watch it.
yeah.
See
That's it.
you. See you.
Yeah, see you when we see you.
Yeah.